definition good enough for court.
Oh, that's important.
Yes. So when the car's running, every 5 minutes it uploads. So if I'm in a horrible accident,
Don't
and
talk like that.
it'll be uploaded, and even if the car catches fire, within that 5 minutes it'll upload, and you'd be able to see I was unfairly targeted by a fool.
For all that weaving and whatever else thing, that WRX is still only, a little bit ahead.
There's no point having your putters on the expressway. They don't know nothing.
It's more so just to get their hours up. It's a long time, like it's a lot of hours.
How's
I mean,
Georgia going with her round?
I think with her lessons, I reckon she'd be pretty close to being done. I mean, if you look at it, I had one lesson a week. I think I had one a week for 6 months. So that's 24-hour lessons. And I got my license. And they have to do 120. I did no night driving, absolutely no night driving.